Now, when you're with MWS, all the work is done for you. And we thought it would be a great idea to show you what MWS Trainers Kit is all about. And to help me with that, I'd like to invite Ahmad, the product manager of MWS Malaysia. Ahmad.
Thank you, James. Now, as James mentioned, with Mini Workshop series, all the work is done for you. All our MWS licensed trainers are fully equipped with everything they need in the MWS Trainers Kit. The Trainers Kit comes in two flavors, the MWS Basic and the MWS Plus. And now with the launch of MWS Innovation in Action track today, we now have 84 unique titles for you to implement. James.
So Ahmad, what guaranteed results will our client gains if they invest in MWS Trainers Kit?
Well, James, first, let's discover what the basic version has to offer. With it, trainers will get the PowerPoint slides, the trainer's notes, and finally, the learning journal. Let's take a look at the MWS PowerPoint slides. As you know, James, all MWS content is created based on neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. This helps us in understanding how to best approach different learners by knowing how they best receive and process their information. Now, let's view some of the actual slides. Here is Empowered Employees from a bonus learning track. As you can see, there is the opening slide just now, and here is where there are definitions. Now, we've made the slides very much stimulating to the mind so as to ensure that it's not cluttered, and so it's very colorful. Now, on the stars, on the left side, on the right side, means that these slides have activities that can be done. And we've included at least 5 different activities for every single workshop of ours. Now, not only that, we also have highlighted points and key terms to define. We also have quotable quotes to inspire, stories and metaphors to touch their hearts and to make them see from a different perspective. There are a lot of graphics all throughout, and at the very end, we remind them of the call to action for them to do after the workshop. We've also included a poem at the end to inspire them and also to set them off. James.
Now, the PowerPoint slides are designed by professional visual communication specialists. Now, the slides are detailed enough to provide the content, so the trainers can now concentrate on providing the context instead. Now, this guarantees a powerful and effective workshops. Ahmad, let's show them what's next.
Sure thing, James. In addition, we believe that people digest information better if they were served in bite-sized chunks, which is why for every workshop, all the content is split into 5 main topics. These cover vital tips, tools, and techniques. Next, let's have a look at the MWS Trainer's Notes. This is a document that outlines the entire workshop from beginning till end. This is an extensive and comprehensive guide for trainers, providing a vital level of security and comfort as it tells them when and how to run a particular activity, or even what to highlight on each slide. Highlighted in the blue area is the guideline telling trainers how to run the activity, what props to use, how long the activity should run for, and more importantly, what the debrief questions should be. This is how the trainer's notes look like. With it, you have the full content with the corresponding slide. You'll also have access to a diverse range of activities in the trainer's notes. That's why the trainer's notes have all the tips, tools, and techniques to run a powerful workshop, whether you're a seasoned trainer or first-timer. James.
Now, the trainer's notes will greatly increase the learning curve for trainers. Everything that is needed by a trainer will be provided in the trainer's notes. Now, this is an added advantage for the trainers when they prepare for the workshop. Ahmad.
Next, we have the learning journal. This is our participants' take-home material for workshop activities and future reference. It comes in a compact A5 size, so it's easy to carry around. Or you can choose to print in conventional A4 size format. This is how the journal looks like. As you can see here, each MWS track has its own list of guiding principles for participants to follow, embrace, and embody. On the right side, there's the workshop structure once again. This is an example of the layout of the learning journal. It's simple, crisp, and easy to read. You'll find thought-provoking quotes for participants all over the journal, as everyone needs words of wisdom to inspire them. Now, James, I'd like you and everyone to pay close attention to the right side of the activity panel. This is where trainers can really apply their context to apply and help the participants to elicit past experiences as references to adopt new ideas and for learning. This makes the learning even more meaningful for them. You may also find the MWS Extra in the Learning Journal, a supplementary reading material for participants to read. This will be a plus point, especially for participants who enjoy reading. Finally, we wrap up the Learning Journal with a mind map. This is an overview of the content for each slide, allowing participants to remember even better. So James, this basically sums up what everyone will be receiving by investing in the MWS Trainers Kit Basic. The MWS PowerPoint slides, the MWS Trainers Notes, and the MWS Learning Journal. It's called Basic because it contains all the basic things that a trainer deserves in order to run an effective workshop. Back to you, James.
Now, the MWS Trainers Kit Basic will certainly make life easy for trainers. No longer they will need to spend so much time designing the PowerPoint slides, trainers' notes, and the participants' workbook. Now, all the work is done for you. So the trainers can now concentrate on delivering the best training instead. So Ahmad, let's show them what MWS Trainers Kit Plus has to offer.
Sure thing, James. You can value add even more to your training by investing in the MWS Trainers Kit Plus. With it, you'll receive more impactful learning reinforcement tools. We firmly believe in taking the learning beyond the workshop, encouraging participants to routinely refresh their memory and apply what they've learned to the workplace. Again, we give thought to the NLP principles of how different people process their information. The MWS Trainers Kit Plus also contains the PowerPoint slides, the MWS Trainers Notes, as well as the MWS Learning Journal. On top of that, there are two new additions just for you. There's the visual map and audio podcast. Let's take a look at these one by one. First, we have the MWS visual maps for the visual participants, which is a graphic representation of each title. Visual maps, just like mind maps, are a useful tool in learning as advocated by Tony Buzan. So on one side, James, you'll see this visual map with highlighted points and important takeaways. On the flip side, you'll see this area where participants can write down what actions they'll take and why they must take those actions. This is where they set their intention and their direction. The visual maps are designed for participants to pin in their cubicle or work area as a constant reminder of their learning and commitment. Second, we have the MWS audio podcast for the audio participants. This is a concise audio summary of the key learning points from each content. Let's listen to an extract from the podcast. This is Empowered Employee from the bonus learning track.
Welcome. Our topic today is empowered employees. Employees are the most important asset in any business. Having an empowered workforce is a must-have ingredient for progressive and innovative organizations today. Empowerment is the process of increasing the capacity of individuals to make choices and to transform those choices into desired actions and outcomes. It is the process of enabling and authorizing an individual to think, behave, take action, and make decisions.
Now, the full 5-minute audio podcast can be played on any audio playback device, giving participants the mobility to learn. So James, those are the 5 things that you'll get by investing in the MWS Trainers Kit Plus. Over to you, James.
Now, for visual learners, the visual maps will provide them key points to remember with just one glance. And for the audio learners, it's music to their ears, and they can tune in anytime and anywhere they want. And for the kinesthetic and physical learners, the activities will provide them a fun and effective learning environment. Now, we are committed in learning reinforcement tools for the participants to take it from workshop to workplace. Ahmad.
That's right, James. In addition, due to the high demands of our clients, we're also launching the MWS Extended version this year, which are nice to have tools for trainers. The MWS Extended version supplements you with a gray background design for the PowerPoint slides, MWS Trainers Extra Activities, and the MWS Workbook. The gray background PowerPoint slides give an option should you need to present in an extremely bright environment. And through our observations, audiences who are above 45 years old do prefer darker backgrounds. Next, we have the MWS Trainers Extra Activities. These contain extra resources for the trainers, 3 extra relevant activities. Trainers love having different activities to add variety to their workshop. Finally, here's the MWS Workbook, which is an abridged version of the Learning Journal. We've provided you the choice to use an abridged version of the Learning Journal because it's more compact, paying special attention to the particularly important parts of the content. Ultimately, this is very useful for trainers who are training high-level participants who want more reflective sessions. So there you have it, James, the MWS Extended version. Thank you, and back to you, James.
Thanks, Ahmad. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Ahmad a big hand for showcasing MWS. Now there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The MWS Trainers Kit Basic and Plus. Isn't it incredible? All the work is done for you.